Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Fine, ma'am, fine.
Good.
I think today,
है नहीं, ज्यादा कोई आया नहीं अभी तक तो आ
I,
जाएंगे.
yeah, basically, today I've kept it small actually, but let's see how many come up. I think within next, I think 2-3 minutes, people will join.
Yeah.
I think
सर,
I'll
आपने जो फर्मेंटेड फूड के बारे में लिखा था ना,
हाँ मैम.
तो उसमें हमको मतलब अगर रोज का रोज फ्रेश बनाए तो कितना बनाना चाहिए एंड मतलब 2-3 टेबल स्पून खाना चाहिए, कितना खाना चाहिए या ज्यादा भी खा सकते हैं?
Ma'am, the best actually क्या है, if you are suffering from something very serious and you have to take that particular millet, it's better to have it as amli and for breakfast.
तो फिर ब्रेकफास्ट में फ्रूट्स नहीं खाए?
नहीं, आप उसको लंच में खा लो,
क्या चीज?
फ्रूट्स को.
मतलब अमली, सिर्फ अमली ब्रेकफास्ट में ले ले
हाँ हाँ
तो कितनी अमली खानी चाहिए? मतलब 1 glass full of that?
मैम, आप
I
जितना
have
आप
never made amli actually.
Ma'am, even I haven't actually taken Namli. I think I have only tried it all the millets once, and I didn't. Firstly, because I'm not used to having breakfast, but just because of the fermented thing, I tested it and I had for about a week or so. And I used to just make one fistful for myself, one fistful.
Okay.
And that is for one meal, and that was enough actually, more than enough sometimes.
तो
And
1 glass भर के हो जाएगा पूरा?
yes, and the best is कि उसको जितना आप पतला बनाएंगे उतना अच्छा रहेगा.
एंड लाइक आटे से भी बन सकते हैं ना? आटे का बेटर है ज्यादा?
आटे का बहुत भी अच्छा है मैम. आटे का क्या है कि बनाना आसान है. पहले उसको आटे को नॉर्मल पानी में घोल के मेक समथिंग लाइक watery consistent होना चाहिए, so that those lumps are not formed, and then actually add it to the boiling water.
Add it to the
boiling water.
Okay.
नॉर्मल वार्म वाटर में पहले उसको
एंड देन राइट, एंड फिर
घोल लो,
उसको फर्मेंट करने रख दो 6 से 8 घंटे.
फिर उसको फर्मेंट करने 6 से 8 घंटे रख लो. अच्छा, अभी क्या है कि जैसे आप आटे को करोगे तो अगर फर्मेंट कर लेते हो तो फिर उससे अच्छा उड़द दाल भी भिगो देना, उसके साथ ही फर्मेंट कर देना, एंड यू मेक इडलीज आउट ऑफ इट.
अच्छा.
See, I have actually, instead of going only for amli, I have actually shifted to
पर
idli and
वो पका के करते हैं अमली, और उड़द का अगर इडली करेंगे तो पका के नहीं करते ना?
नहीं, मैं पका के नहीं करता.
हाँ, वही तो, वो डिफरेंस है
बस
ना.
एफर्ट उतना ही लगेगा.
हम्म.
So, or you can alternate it, like everyone wants to eat it. तो उस दिन इडली डोसे का बना दो बैटर. एंड जो आपने अपने लिए लेना है तो आई थिंक आटा डालना है तो आप एक्चुअली 2 चम्मच से शुरू करना, बिकॉज मैंने कभी नापा नहीं है. तो
नहीं,
बेस्ट.
हम लोग लेते थे सर. हम लोग के इसमें तो लाइक बचपन से ही हम लोग आटा को सेकते हैं, हल्के से घी में सेकते हैं या विदाउट घी. उसमें पानी डालते थे, थोड़ा नमक एंड काली मिर्ची एंड दूध थोड़ा सा, एंड ऐसे
हाँ,
गरम गरम सूप की तरह पीते थे. वो बचपन से पीते आ रहे हैं हम लोग. तो इट्स इजियर टू मेक रागी का थिंग और एनीथिंग, है ना. खा लो ऐसे, लाइक 2 चम्मच सेक लो और खा लो. बट उसको फर्मेंट करके कभी नहीं खाया.
ferment is basically what has happened is, over a period of time our gut bacteria population has gone down, बिकॉज हरी सब्जी हम खा नहीं रहे हैं. आ भी रही है तो फर्टिलाइजर वाली या पेस्टिसाइड वाली आ रही है, ऑर्गेनिक
Can't
इतनी मिल.
help it.
And we have not paid attention to the gut bacteria as such. तो primarily जो 5 positive millets हैं उनका जब fermented खाएंगे तो उससे जो gut bacteria वो भी बनना शुरू हो जाता है.
सर, इसमें जो इतना फाइबर है तो हम लोग अलग से भी वेजिटेबल्स फिर ज्यादा लेने की जरूरत नहीं, बिकॉज इन इटसेल्फ इट सो प्रोटीन्स एंड फाइबर कितना होता है इसमें.
Absolutely, I am coming to that only today actually. कि अगर आप सिर्फ मिलेट्स खाना शुरू कर दोगे तो
आई हैव इट.
आपका वेजिटेबल डाउन चला जाएगा. आपका जो नॉर्मल एक्सपेंडिचर है इट गोज डाउन टू मोर लेस देन 50%.
अच्छा.
हाँ मैम।
तो अमाउंट कितना, मतलब बिकॉज वो हैवी होता है, पर मैंने अभी उपमा बनाया था मिलेट का, तो वो थोड़ी देर बाद में, लाइक मैंने रात में नहीं भिगाया था, तो उसको बना के काफी पानी डाला, पर देन खाते वक्त लाइक थोड़ी देर बाद में खाया मैंने, तो एकदम कट्ठा जम गया था, नहीं अच्छा टेस्ट में भी नहीं अच्छा लगा। देन आई थॉट कि शायद रात में इसको भिगा दूं, देन उसको छोक के बनाऊं, सेक के रखो एंड भिगा दूं, एंड देन उसको बनाऊं, तो देन मे बी पैलेटेबल होगा ज्यादा,
यस यस मैम।
लाइक कोई भी चीज मिलेट को भिगाने से ही बढ़ती भी है, और डाइजेशन में इट हेल्प्स ऑल्सो,
यस
नहीं
यस
तो
मैम।
इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट।
एब्सोल्युटली मैम।
तो लाइक रागी, ज्वारी एंड बाजरी हम लोग तो पहले से, और बार्नयार्ड मिलेट पहले से ही खाते थे, लाइक फ्रॉम बचपन से ही। बट अभी ये नए चार वाले जो अभी आए हैं वो कभी यूज नहीं करे, पर आई हैव स्टार्टेड यूजिंग फॉक्सटेल मिलेट, और ये सब यूज करती हूँ।
मैम अगर अगर if you're not having any health issue, then one can have neutral grains also and positive grains as per the availability. But the problem is कि अगर आपको एक हेल्थ इश्यू है, तो सबसे बढ़िया है कि 5 जो पॉजिटिव मिलेट हैं उनमें से किसी 4-5 को शुरू करो, 2-3 को शुरू करो, एंड ग्रेजुअली क्या है यू गेट ओवर इट। स्पेशली लाइक समा के चावल है, नॉर्मल चावल से उसको रिप्लेस कर दो।
आई तो मेक
कोडो
उपमा आउट ऑफ इट, बहुत टेस्टी लगता है।
एब्सोल्युटली मैम। कोडो है, कोडो को जो है आप अपने इसमें कोडो या ब्राउन टॉप या बनियान, इनको आप इडली डोसा में यूज करने लगो, तो उससे क्या होगा कि स्लोली यू विल रियलाइज कि आप करीब 5 या 6 इडली, जो नॉर्मल इडली राइस की बनती थी, उसमें आपका सेटिएशन होता था। इसमें अगर आप ब्रेकफास्ट में खाओगे यू कैन नॉट हैव मोर देन 2 इडलीज एक्चुअली।
ओके, या इट इज हैवी बिकॉज स्लो
इट इज
रिलीज ऑफ शुगर है ना इसका।
यस मैम, इट इज नॉट हैवी, द ब्रेकडाउन ऑफ कार्बोहाइड्रेट इज ग्रेजुअल, so
वेरी
the
ट्रू।
satiation level is much higher and for a longer period.
मैंने इडली में फिर हम लोग उत्तपम या इडली में यू डोंट नीड टू ऐड एनी वेजिटेबल्स, लाइक आई लाइक टू यूज वेजिटेबल्स, लॉट्स ऑफ वेजिटेबल्स।
Ma'am, if you ask me, I never tell this. Once you start eating it, you start look for a simpler solutions. पहले पहले क्या होता है कि you are trying to shift from the normal उपमा जो को खाने की आदत हो गई है, जिसमें सब्जी डलती थी, छौंक
या
डलता था, कड़ी पत्ता डलता था। अभी मतलब मेरे को तो बिल्कुल नहीं अच्छा लगता है, मैं डायरेक्ट उसको बना के नमकीन थोड़ा सा नमक डाल के मैं वैसे ही खा सकता हूँ। बट फॉर समवन हु इज शिफ्टिंग फ्रॉम अ नॉर्मल पोहा एंड नॉर्मल उपमा टू अ मिलेट, टू मेक देम दैट semblance, टू गेट दैट टेस्ट, एंड सो दैट वो एक शिफ्ट करने के लिए आसानी हो, तो आई रिकमेंड कि उसमें सब्जी डाल दो, गाजर डालो, बीन्स डाल दो, फूल गोभी डाल दो, थोड़ी पत्ता गोभी डाल दो, तो वो क्या है कि उसका सेम्बलेंस आपके पुराने टेस्ट के मुताबिक एंड टेक्सचर के मुताबिक हो जाता है। वरना अगर आप सिर्फ दाल चावल खाना लगो एज फॉर मिलेट, मतलब मेक ओनली लेट्स से ब्राउन टॉप एंड आप सांबर बना लो, आई थिंक उसकी जो किसी चीज की जरूरत ही नहीं है।
अच्छा, नो वेजिटेबल्स, नथिंग,
नथिंग
नो
मैम,
सैलड्स, नो
कुछ
सैलड,
नहीं।
ओनली
कुछ
पिकल्ड सैलड।
आप पिकल ले लो, आप फर्मेंटेड ले ही रहे हो। अच्छा, अब क्या है कि घर में एवरीवन इज नॉट यूज्ड टू इट, तो थोड़ा आप उसमें एक ड्रमस्टिक डालोगे, थोड़ा कद्दू डालोगे, थोड़ा उसमें ये जो बाकी वेजिटेबल लगती हैं, बैगन डल जाएगा। अगर घर में किसी को कोई बच्चा है जो बैगन नहीं खाता, तो वो आलू डालना पड़ेगा। फिर भी जो आपका सांबर बनेगा, दैट इटसेल्फ विल गिव यू दी प्रोटीन, एंड जो उड़द दाल है वो प्रोटीन का पूरा काम हो जाएगा। कार्बोहाइड्रेट इसमें है ही, फर्मेंटेड ऊपर से है, बनाना बहुत आसान है, जल्दी हो जाएगा काम।
या तो सांबर भी यूजुअली मेक आउट ऑफ मूंग दाल एंड अरहर दाल।
यस यस यस।
और उड़द दाल सिर्फ इडली डोसा के लिए एंड दही
या
बड़े के लिए होती है।
उसमें है ना, आपके बैटर में उड़द दाल है। आई एम नॉट सेइंग टू मेक सांबर आउट ऑफ उड़द दाल।
अच्छा,
मैं
ओके।
कह रहा हूँ बैटर में उड़द दाल पहले से ही है, आप अपना सांबर बनाओ रेड की दाल का या मूंग दाल का, उसमें अपनी चॉइस ऑफ वेजिटेबल डाल दो, आप
जी,
सीधा 1 पॉट मील आपका हो जाता है फटाफट। दोनों एक ही, किसी प्लेट में भी नहीं लेता हूँ मैं तो आई टेक इट इन अ बाउल एक्चुअली।
यू आर हैविंग अ रिटायर्ड लाइफ।
Yes, yes, sir. I have all the time and all the things to focus on, especially health. But मैं जो अभी सबको बता रहा हूँ, किसी के बच्चे हैं स्कूल जाने वाले हैं, किसी के कॉलेज जाने वाले हैं, और घर में 4 मेंबर हैं और चारों का अलग टाइम है, तो मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ, मैं कह रहा हूँ कि सबको पहले एटलीस्ट 12 घंटे फीडिंग टाइम पे लेके आओ। सी
Yeah,
द
it's
बहुत
very difficult
वेरी
to switch
डिफिकल्ट।
your millet. My husband didn't like millet. हम लोग अभी ये मेरठ में गए थे शुद्धि में, तो वहाँ मिलेट का ही खाना था। माय हस्बैंड तो दो इट वाज नॉट वेरी पैलेटेबल डोसा था, पर इट वाज ओके, लाइक मतलब मे बी मेरे घर में थोड़ा बेटर बनता है लाइक खाना, मतलब इवन हेल्थ फूड। तो ही डिडंट लाइक इट, आई थिंक सेड नहीं मेरे को मिलेट नहीं खाना। मिलेट नहीं, आपको अच्छा लगेगा, आप ट्राई तो करो, मैं घर में बना के और बताती हूँ, बिकॉज ही डजंट वांट टू ईट इट, सो ही इज नॉट लाइकिंग इट।
द बेस्ट थिंग इज, आप 50% शिफ्ट कर जाओ चावल के साथ, 50% ब्राउन टॉप मिला दो। जो आप नॉर्मल एक कटोरी चावल बना रहे हो, तो
हम्म।
आधा उसमें ब्राउन टॉप, कोडो या बनियाड कोई सा भी मिला दो। या बेस्ट है समा के चावल से स्टार्ट करो, पता ही नहीं चलेगा दोनों।
समा के चावल इज वेरी टेस्टी, आई
वेरी
तो लव
टेस्टी।
इट।
नाउ इवन रोटी आप बना रहे हो, रोटी के अंदर आप गेहूं की रोटी बनाइए और उसके अंदर आधा जो है आप ये बनियाड ये ब्राउन टॉप डालिए।
आटा।
हाँ, दोनों आटे को मिला दीजिए। जो 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 मतलब अभी टोटल ब्राउन टॉप की नहीं खाना चाह रहा है, तो ब्राउन टॉप डालिए। ब्राउन टॉप इज 12.5% फाइबर,
हाँ आई नो। हाँ।
तो दैट यू कैन डू।
या सर, बट रोटी में क्या होता है, वो बहुत कड़ी बन जाती है, इवन रागी की रोटी ऑल्सो बहुत
हाँ,
कड़ी बन जाती है। तो मुझे अभी बताया किसी ने कि पहले गर्म पानी लो, एंड देन यू ऐड द आटा टू इट, एंड देन
आप
मेक इट, देन इट विल बिकम मच सॉफ्टर।
मैंने आई थिंक लास्ट संडे वाज दैट सेम थिंग। जैसे आप इसको एक कटोरी आटा ले रहे हो, मान लो आपने ये ब्राउन टॉप ही लिया, तो आधा कटोरी जो है पानी उबालने रख दो। मतलब जो भी मेजर है आपका, उसका हाफ पानी उबालने रख दो। और उसको उबल रहा है, जैसे ही उबल रहा है उसको सिम करके ऑफ मत करिए, उसी में जो है आपका एक जो आटा है डाल के और चम्मच से घुमाते रहिए, ताकि लम्स ना पड़े। जब पूरा मिल जाता है, आप बंद कर दीजिए स्टोव को और उसको 15 मिनट के लिए ढक दीजिए। एंड आफ्टर 15 मिनट्स व्हेन इट कूल डाउन, देन knead it. That roti will come out much better.
बट सर, आटा तो हम लोग जैसे बनाते तो उसको भिगाते तो है नहीं ना, तो लाइक फिर भिगाना कैसे फिर उसको, लाइक पहले सब मिलेट्स भिगा के सुखा के रखना चाहिए क्या? वो वेरी लेबोरियस प्रोसेस।
आप मत करिए, आपके पास आटा है।
अभी तो
आपके
है नहीं,
पास
पर बना लूंगी हाँ।
आपके पास आटा होगा, आटा रखिए। आटा डायरेक्ट मंगा लीजिए, जो आटा आता है वो धुल धुला के बढ़िया आता है। जो आटा है वो डायरेक्ट लीजिए। आप उसको लीजिए, सपोज 2 कप लिया है आपने, तो 1 कप पानी उबाल दीजिए। अभी पांचों मिनट के लिए सबका किसी का 1:1 रेशियो है, किसी का 1:1/2 रेशियो है। तो मैं इसका ब्राउन टॉप को बता रहा हूँ, 1:2 करिए आप इसको। और अगर कड़ी बनती है, ज्यादा मतलब हार्ड हो गई है, तो 1:1 करो। यू विल हैव टू एक्सपीरियंस एंड डू इट एक्चुअली।
और
ट्राई
बेलने
एंड
में फिर दिक्कत होगी ना, एकदम पतला ही हो जाएगा फिर। इट
नहीं
सोक्स
होगा।
इट
नहीं,
सोक
नहीं
कर लेता है।
सोक कर लेता है पूरा। एंड जब नीडिंग करोगे तो रोटी भी उसकी फूल के बनेगी।
ओके, सो डू यू यूज घी और एनी ऑयल, कोल्ड प्रेस ऑयल, एनीथिंग इन योर खाना?
देसी घी मैम। ए टू ए टू
देसी घी।
ए टू का होगा। हम
एटू
दो
का
जने
नहीं।
2 जने, महीने का खर्चा 450 ग्राम का डब्बा है।
ओके ओके, दैट्स नाइस। तो बाकी कोल्ड प्रेस ऑयल्स कोई नहीं लेते हो आप,
कोई
सरसों
नहीं
का
मैम।
या?
अब अभी माय 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 बोथ किड्स वर हियर फॉर दी होली, तो एक हफ्ते के अंदर ये थे, तो सरसों का तेल इस्तेमाल हुआ है जहाँ सब्जी बनी है। वरना सारे टेम्परिंग वगैरह देसी घी से हुई है। नाउ दे वांटेड टू मेक गुजिया एंड मट्ठी। मैंने कहा ठीक है, तुम तेल वेल कहीं कोई सा रिफाइंड नहीं लेके आओ। मैंने कहा देसी घी में बनाओ, देसी
क्या
घी में
चीज?
बनाए
क्या
गुजिया
चीज?
एंड मट्ठी।
अच्छा, आई तो मेक इट इन एयर फ्रायर, मटरी, ऑयल फ्री, मतलब थोड़ा ऑयल स्प्लश करके, घी घी लगा के।
नहीं
पर
नहीं,
वही
हमने
में
बनाया।
घी डालना पड़ता है।
हाँ हाँ, तो उसमें मैंने उसका ही बनाया है। देसी घी में बना दिए सारी मट्टी वट्टी जितने
तो इट्स इट्स ओके ना लेना?
मैम इट्स ओके। इट्स Okay, but if I only tell the people who have diabetes not to take.
So my husband has multiple problems. Now his diagnosis fatty liver काफी stage 2 के आगे है. So the doctor has recommended to go off everything, dairy and everything, and but he travels a lot to like quite this thing. So any remedy for that?
मैम
And मेरा
सिंपल
अभी
है
काफी control में है. I'm taking homeopathy, but I have खांसी since 3 months.
मैम फैटी लीवर का सबसे मेन कारण ट्रैवल के अंदर है समोसा, ब्रेड पकोड़ा, पराठे, पूड़ी and anything outside he's eating which is made from refined oil. If you can cut down the refined oil, fatty liver अपने आप ठीक हो जाएगा.
घर में तो रिफाइंड ऑयल आता ही नहीं है. घर में तो एकदम प्योर ऑयल एंड घी ही होता है. A2 का मेरा तो पहाड़ी गाय का वो आता है घी. तो घी इज फाइन, बट उनको बोला है कुछ ट्रीटमेंट करने के लिए, एंड आई डोंट नो
मैम
आयुर्वेदिक ट्रीटमेंट.
ट्रीटमेंट से तो इट विल बी सप्रेस्ड और थोड़ा उसमें कंट्रोल आएगा, बट
नहीं आयुर्वेदिक ट्रीटमेंट.
हाँ तो इनपुट 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 ही कम करो ना मैम. सबसे ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम फैटी, अगर नॉन अल्कोहलिक फैटी लीवर है, द
नॉन
मेन
अल्कोहलिक,
the
ही
main
डजंट ड्रिंक.
okay, then the main culprit is refined oil and milk.
मिल्क, या मिल्क का कंजम्पशन भरपूर है. मिल्क, क्रीम, ही लव्स इट. दही,
Ice cream.
आइसक्रीम. आइसक्रीम बहुत कम होता है, पर घी, दही एंड मिल्क तो ही टेक्स इट.
Ma'am, they are the one actually doing the harm.
या डेयरी प्रोडक्ट ऑफ करने से कम हो जाएगा काफी.
Dairy, bakery, refined oil.
ओके.
Dairy,
कितने दिन
bakery.
में, मतलब 15 दिन में थोड़ा उनका बेटर लगेगा?
मैम देखो, करने के लिए तो आपने 10 साल ले लिए और आप मेरे से भी 15 दिन की गारंटी मांग रहे हो. दिस इज नॉट फेयर. 90
नॉट
डेज
एट ऑल.
मैम, 90 डेज. आपका जो फैटी लीवर है जो आज की तारीख में जाके बना है, इट हैज टेकन मिनिमम 10 years ऑफ
मोर
बैड
देन दैट.
फूड ईटिंग.
मोर देन
मिनिमम
दैट.
बता रहा हूँ, मिनिमम. एंड आप 15 दिन में, अरे 90 डेज, आप 90 डेज मिलेट्स पे शिफ्ट हो जाओ, यू विल फाइंड द कंप्लीट, नॉट कंप्लीट बट एटलीस्ट वेरी कंजर्वेटिवली आई कैन से कि फैटी लीवर आधा हो गया होगा.
सो लाइक उसका उनका सवेरे अम्बली दे दूं, देन फ्रूट मील दे दूं एंड एक मिलेट का मील दे दूं.
बिल्कुल मैम. आप तो उसको अभी सिंपल इनिशियली कुकर में बनाइए जैसे आप चावल बनाते हो.
स्टीमर में बहुत अच्छा बनता है.
बहुत
चावल
अच्छा
टाइप
बनता
में
है.
बनता है,
हाँ,
फुलमा एकदम अच्छा बढ़िया बनता है मिलेट्स.
तो बस उसको चावल की तरह खाओ. And after some time, like when I eat nowadays a food, I basically see what it's going to help me. अगर वो मेरे को लगता है कि हेल्प नहीं करेगा तो मैं नहीं खाऊंगा, और अगर मैंने कुछ खा लिया है जो नुकसान करेगा, within next 24 hours I have to take an antidote of it.
Yeah, especially barnyard millet is for liver only, no?
हाँ, मैं
It is
आज
for
तो
liver.
today I'll be focusing on brown top only. मैं अगले अगले 5 दिनों में I have picked up one and I'll cover that in full details.
Okay, sir.
Right,
Thank
ma'am.
you,
I
sir.
think we just got 4, and I'll start so that we finish it off, and then I'll take questions, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome to today's Zoom discussion. The topic today is nutrition. Now, if you recollect one update I had given to you a few days back, that was on anti-aging. Anti-aging, and I had spoken about 5 basics. In that 5 basics, the first point was nutrition. Second was movement, sleep, then environmental stress, and the fifth one was relationship. So in nutrition, basically in nutrition, how does a food qualify to be good for us? It has to meet 3 criteria. I had actually put that update also. First thing is it should have some energy to give you. If it doesn't have carbohydrate, that food is of no use to you because carbohydrate is giving you energy. Second is it should be able to generate a stable glucose level in your body. Any food which is giving you spike, is not a good food. And the third criteria of a good food is that it should have enough fiber so that all the toxin which is the outcome of that particular food being digested, that food should have contain that fiber that it can be removed from the body. Now we are talking of 5 millets. In the 5 millets, today in the under nutrition, I shall be covering brown top millet. Why brown top as the first millet? Brown top is the millet which has got the highest fiber content, that is around 12.5%, out of which 5.89 gram is soluble fiber and 6.65 gram is insoluble fiber. We'll come to this soluble and insoluble part subsequently. Now this brown top millet, why the name brown top? The shape of the millet is in a form of a top. It's green in color and known as Hari Kangani in Hindi. And it goes by different names, but that you can search on the Google as to what it is called in your area where you are staying. There are 3 types of grains which we have already spoken of, that is positive, neutral, and negative. Negative ones are with the very less fiber, that is wheat and rice, and the neutral ones are ragi, jowar, bajra, prosco, corn, oats, quinoa, chia, and teff. They are neutral. If someone is healthy, you can eat the neutral grains also. There is no problem. But if you've got some health issue, so now what today my main aim is to discuss brown top millet in totality, so that you come to know by eating this particular millet how it is helping you, or what are the health issues this particular millet will help you a lot. As you know, India is the largest producer of millets in the world. 42% of millets of global production is in India. Brown top has got the highest largest content of fiber in it. And you will be surprised to know that we are the top producer in the world. But 90% of the millet is exported out of India because of the demand outside. And you will be surprised to know brown top, because of this fiber content, is the costliest millet out of the 5 positive millets. It's around 200 rupees a kg. And I think in US it is around 600 to 800 rupees for, I think, half a kg brown top. Now the brown top is grown in the rain-fed tracts of Karnataka, 3 districts: Chitradurga, Chikkaballapura, and Tumakuru. They are 3 districts where they are rain-fed, and it is grown there. It is also known as American millet. It is known as American millet because I think it originated in India only, but somehow during the industrialization phase and when the America was the farming was going on, somehow this millet moved to that area and it was more popular there. That is why it is known as American millet also. Now, the health issues, the fiber content. The fiber content, as I told you, is 12.5% total, out of which soluble is 5.89 and insoluble is 6.65. Now, the beauty of the soluble fiber is that soluble fiber can go into your blood. It can be absorbed by the nutrients. Along with the nutrients, it goes to your blood. And the insoluble one remains in the gut. The advantage of soluble fiber is that when it can travel in your body along with the blood. So it is a very good millet for all cardiovascular blockages, anything heart related, because of this 5.89 grams of soluble fiber. The second most important thing is all joints, wherever joint pains are there, brown top is the excellent millet. I have chosen brown top because of the largest content of the fiber as well as the advantage of it. Now, the other millets will also have, but the maximum benefit from this particular millet is what I am speaking to you now. They may, the other millets may also help in joints or let's say digestion, but the maximum advantage, like if you have joint pain, if you go to the Dr. Khadarwali protocol, you'll find if the cardiovascular issues or the joint issues, you'll find the brown top is the number one millet. You can correlate with the health issue and the number one millet, which it has been written there in the protocol. You can relate the content as well as the disease from the protocol list. Now, why joints? Again, joints is a place where a lot of inflammation takes place because of, firstly, is milk and refined oil. This inflammation causes pain, and because of this soluble fiber, it reaches those joints and is able to remove those inflammation and thus no pain. The beauty of soluble fiber is that from the gut, it gets absorbed directly into the blood. And where it gets into the blood, the maximum concentration of the nerves is around the gut area. So this particular millet helps in the nerve generation also. The third most important thing is all rectum issues because of the high content of insoluble fiber. Now, what I initially told you, joints, nerves, and cardiovascular were because of soluble fiber. Now, because it can go into the blood. The fourth one is all rectum issues, constipations, hemorrhoids, bleeding while passing stool, fissures, passing stool is painful or it has got infected, there is pus with blood. All rectum issues, all such issues, the benefit of brown top will be of the maximum because of the non-soluble fiber. Now, all 5 positive millets are very good to treat cancer, but brown top is the best anti-cancerous benefit that it will give you because of the highest fiber content. All skin related issues, brown top is the best millet. As far as the nutritional value goes of this fiber, as I brought out, it contains a lot of B vitamins, niacin, thiamine, riboflavin, magnesium, phosphorus, iron. It supports energy generation and also supports red blood cell generation. Now, this red blood cell generation is due to the iron content that it has. This is the best millet for your diabetes management. Cardiac health I have already covered, and it helps in strengthening of bones also. And the last point that I have is which everyone is very worried about is this millet is very good for weight loss. If you use this, only this millet for 90 days, 3 months, in whatever form you can eat, as a rice or as a roti or as idli, dosa or amli. If you can use this for 90 days, you will certainly have a loss of weight. You'll have loss of weight because of its fiber content. The inflammation in the complete body will go down, and due to its fiber content, your immune system will go up. I have covered most of the benefits of the brown top. I intend covering only one millet at a time so that we don't get confused with the other millet. There will be a repetition. Like the other millet which is there, barnyard, little millet, kodo or foxtail, they also have fiber content. But this particular brown top is most beneficial for joints, nerves, all rectum issues, and cardiovascular health, especially heart. This is the best millet. I think I have finished as far as today's main topic was. I will take questions now, if any.
Yeah, sir, how does it reach, how does it help in nerves? Like you said, nerve generation.
Yeah, ma'am. The maximum concentration of nerves is at two places. One is the brain, naturally all emanate from there, and the other one is where the transfer of nutrients from the food to the body happens. Small intestine and large intestine. Small intestine is the direct into the blood. Like if you take refined sugar glucose, it directly gives you a spike because in the small intestine, it directly moves to your bloodstream. Now, wherever this transfer is taking place, this transfer cannot take place unless until the requisite enzymes are released by the body. Now, those signaling of those requisite enzymes, there has to be nerve system. The gut has got the largest concentration of nerves. So due to the fiber content and the concentration of the nerve generation happens. The inflammation in that area is removed, and because of which the nerve generation starts. If someone has got a very bad, let's say, gut, is suffering from constipation. Now, why the constipation is there is a secondary issue. But what this constipation has done is it has actually switched off all the signaling, the nerves which are there. That is why the saying which says gut feeling. Gut feeling because gut is considered second brain. Now, from the gut, the concentration on nerves is so much because for each food which is reached there, there has to be a separate enzyme and the signaling has to be perfect. If it doesn't happen timely, the necessary nutrients will not be able to be absorbed by the body and it will go waste or the digestion process will not get completed. It's something like India has got a very good railway network. Imagine one day if the signaling stops, what will happen? Not to talk about the whole India, I'm just talking about one station. And that too not something like New Delhi or Nizamuddin. Let's take a small station like Agra. The trains are just passing by. Imagine if the signaling system is wrong, the whole route will get blocked. Similarly, the gut, because of constipation or irritable bowel syndrome or anything to do with the gut and the digestion, get blocked. The signaling system is the one which get affected. Now, this signaling system, I'll give you a simple example. Let's say for thyroid, it has to have a particular iodine necessary, essential there. When that iodine is missing, let's say there's a signal from the body, okay, I require iodine, but the iodine is not there in the food. So now body will have to make a signal, will change your taste and make you force eat a food which has got iodine. It does automatically. You don't even become conscious of it. Now, this signaling to be perfect requires your nerve generation uh, at a pace at which they are degenerating. Now, they being maximum concentrated in gut area, this particular brown top being maximum fiber content, it clears the gut, cleans the nerves, and the signaling improves, and the generation of nerves happen.
So you mean to say if any person has diabetic neuropathy also, so will it help him also?
Absolutely, absolutely, ma'am.
Okay.
Because of the soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. Gut that nerves will be taken care of the insoluble one.
So
And
all
because,
the 3 meals should be that only?
pardon ma'am?
All the 3 meals should be brown top millet only for a while?
Ma'am, if you start, actually, you are asking a hypothetical question. If you start, no one can have more than 2 meals of millets. I'm telling you.
Yeah, very true.
I'm telling you, because if you have more than 3, now the problem what will happen is, if your water drinking is not adequate,
Bloating.
you will have bloating, you will have constipation. So ideally, 2 meals, 6-hour gap, minimum 6-hour gap between 2 meals is a must. Now, if you want to have 3 meals, it's better that one of the meals may be fruits or salad meal. Because if you totally shift to millets, the most of the people always complain about constipation, and constipation having millets is only of 2 reasons. Firstly is uncooked or less cooked millet, which requires more water and inadequate of drinking water. And to get the advantage, I'm not even saying that you have all 3 meals. You start with just 1 meal. The body will want again and again if you just start with 1 meal.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, any questions? मैम आपका माइक म्यूट है.
So in case we are having hello.
Yeah, ma'am.
Sorry. हम लोग अगर राइट न्यूट्रिशियस खाना खाते हैं, लाइक फ्रूट्स, वेजिटेबल्स, मिलेट्स, तो विटामिन्स की जरूरत नहीं होती है फिर टू टेक टैबलेट?
Absolutely not, ma'am. आप विटामिन गर्म पानी ले लो मैम, गर्म पानी.
वही ले रही थी मैं. एंड दूसरा मुझे पूछना था कि हिमालयन पिंक सॉल्ट का जो है आयोडीन का क्या उसमें हिसाब किताब रहता है? दैट आई वांट टू नो कि बिकॉज सिंस देन आई एम बीन यूजिंग ओनली हिमालयन पिंक सॉल्ट, तो नॉर्मल सॉल्ट भी इसमें ऐड करना चाहिए या कैसे? काला नमक या सेंधा नमक, ये 2 लेती हूँ.
मैम जो नॉर्मल सी सॉल्ट है, जो ढेले वाला आता है, जिसे रॉक सॉल्ट भी बोलते हैं, उसी को जब भी वो आएगा, इट विल ऑलवेज बी समथिंग लाइक मॉइस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ द मैग्नीशियम कंटेंट. एंड उसको लोगों ने इस्तेमाल करना भी बंद इसलिए किया था क्योंकि वो चिपचिपा लगता था, एंड दैट चिपचिपाट वाज बिकॉज ऑफ मैग्नीशियम. देन केम टाटा एंड फ्री फ्लोइंग सॉल्ट कर दिया. उसने सारे मैग्नीशियम, पोटेशियम पूरा निकाल के रिफाइन करके only sodium chloride कर दिया, which became harmful. Then some smart Alex started with the iodine, कि iodine की कमी आती है. Iodine की कमी होती है if you are staying in the mountains where the salt is not available and salt reaches there in the refined form. But nowadays you have stopped seeing the ads of iodine namak. In case I haven't seen, because I don't watch TV for last 15 years, 16 years now. So I haven't seen any advertisement of iodine salt. The best salt is any sea salt. Now sea salt, which we get, is that 5 rupees a kg dhele wala namak. That's the best. The problem with that is it is not cleaned properly. Now the senda namak which comes is the same salt, bit cleaned and bit made into a powder so that you can use it. More than that, if you can get hold of any sea salt. Now sea salt, what happens? people, business-oriented people, they made it, okay, Pacific sea salt, Atlantic sea salt, and then countries got...
Celtic sea salt क्या होता है?
Coming to that only, ma'am. Then people got, wherever there was an ocean, they named a salt. Celtic, or some people even call it Celtic.
Okay.
Celtic or Celtic salt is again a brand associated with France. And मैंने भी मंगाया उसको it is 1,000 rupees a kg, and it doesn't make a difference. It is the same salt. It is just the packaging है. So even I wanted to try, तो मंगा लिया, मेरे पास रखा हुआ है. But अगर आपका sea salt है, one doesn't have to pay money for such things. If you have a sea salt, आज से 20-25 साल पहले जो होता था एक कुल्हड़, उसको क्या बोलते थे, कूटने वाला, हमाम दस्ता, which was very common thing in every... देखो आपकी खांसी से मेरे को भी खांसी चढ़ गई. Which was a very common thing in all kitchens. And टाटा के फ्री फ्लोइंग सॉल्ट करते ही सबसे पहले वो इमाम दस्ता गायब हुआ घर से. नहीं तो वो इमाम दस्ता हमेशा नमक के लिए होता था, उसी टाइम कूटा जाता था, उसी टाइम सब्जी और दाल में डाला जाता, which is the best thing to do. जितना वो खुला रखा रहेगा, जितना उसमें मॉइस्चर जा रहा है, इसका मतलब उसके अंदर मैग्नीशियम है. सी सॉल्ट के अंदर सोडियम क्लोराइड इज जस्ट 30%. फ्री फ्लोइंग टाटा नमक के अंदर इट इज 100% सोडियम क्लोराइड. सी सॉल्ट के अंदर जो 5 रुपए वाला आता है, उसमें मैग्नीशियम, पोटेशियम एंड thousands on the, मतलब थाउजेंड तो होते भी नहीं है, हंड्रेड्स ऑफ माइक्रो मिनरल्स होते हैं. अब जैसे सिंपल हमारे बाल सफेद हो रहे हैं, इसके लिए छोटी माइक्रोग्राम्स में मिनरल्स चाहिए होते हैं. बट हमने पिछले 15 सालों में इतना प्लास्टिक अपने लाइफ में ले आए हैं कि प्लास्टिक इज एवरीवेयर. प्लास्टिक नैनो पार्टिकल्स हैव गॉन इनटू आवर बॉडी एंड लाइंड इन आवर इंटेस्टाइन, because of which these micro minerals are not being able to be absorbed by the body. This graying of hair, which happens only in, after 40-45, you will notice that people with 26-27 men are having graying hair or falling hair. It is primarily because of plastic. And these micro minerals are there in this particular salt. So आप बिना सोचे समझे, वो जो गंदा लग रहा है नमक आपको नहीं खाना है, उसको आप you put it in a, let's say, a bottle and make it a solution, and then उसको छान लो, पूरा गंदा निकल जाएगा. But if you want that free flowing salt like the Tata Namak, it is very, very dangerous. The 100%, I don't use it. It will shoot up your BP, because it is 100%. 4 years I have not used it since 4 years, maybe before COVID. Yes, mostly नहीं इस्तेमाल करना चाहिए.
तो सिर्फ Himalayan pink salt नहीं, फिर you mix Himalayan pink salt and sea salt.
Okay. Sorry. Then there was the sea salt. Now this Himalayan pink salt is nothing but these. It is something like the Mount Everest. Himalayas were also under the sea at one point of time, and gradually when this tectonic shift of plates happened and they came up. So what happened, wherever there were lakes, they were filled by the seawater, and they over a period of time got crystallized and got converted into rocks of salt and got the color pink. That is why pink Himalayan salt. That pink Himalayan salt and sea salt is the same. It is just the place of origin. Now pink salt, it is being marketed by a businessman. Now everyone is health conscious, they will go buy it. And pink salt is nothing but that salt from sea only, which was left in those lakes or the underground, some bowl somewhere in the Himalayas. When the tectonic plates shift these Himalayas above the sea level. So, ठीक है, अच्छा लगता है, टेबल पर रखा हुआ भी अच्छा लगता है, but it is of no use.
तो कोई भी यूज कर लो, सी सॉल्ट और हिमालयन पिंक सॉल्ट.
Sea salt is the best salt.
सी सॉल्ट इज वेरी सॉल्टी, बट आई यूज्ड इट. बट एक तो बहुत गंदा भी था, तो मैंने उसको फिर भी पीस के रख दिया. पर इट वाज, फिर भी मैंने उसमें हिमालयन पिंक सॉल्ट मिक्स किया, पर मतलब इतना नमक हो गया वो, मतलब इट वाज टू मच ऑफ सॉल्ट. मतलब हिमालय सी सॉल्ट यूज करते तो एक इतना सा यूज करना पड़ता है उसमें फिर.
सेंधा नमक इस्तेमाल करो.
हाँ, हिमालयन पिंक सॉल्ट इज सेंधा नमक ओनली, ना?
नहीं, सेंधा नमक is sea salt.
ओके.
Sea salt को सेंधा नमक is primarily associated with fasting. People have this salt in fasting. Why fasting? Because they are not they are not having grains. Now they are, when they don't have grains, they are either on fruits or millets, या sabudana or sama ke chawal. You look at the 20-25 years back, the body when it is eating neutral millets or positive millets, the absorption of these millets but becomes much faster with senda namak. Senda namak, what does it? Senda, for that matter, any salt, what it does? It helps in knocking on the cells and opening them for hydration. That is the primary job of the salt. Taste is secondary. So when you have any salt with food, it traverses to the cell, each cell of your body, and opens the cell to receive the water along with the enzymes and nutrients that the body has absorbed from the food. So if you don't have salt, what will happen? The absorption will go down. That's the only difference. Now, if someone has BP, if they stop eating salt, the BP will not come down. They will face some other problem. So that 5%, 2% of their salt, or that 1 tablespoon or teaspoon, which is whichever the doctor has suggested, is a must with the food.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, any other question?
Sir, I would like to ask here, like if some, like you said about the benefits of brown top millet.
Yeah,
So like, so if someone is facing skin allergies, joint pains, muscular pains, as well as cardiovascular issues, so like how many days a week they should go for the brown top millet?
ma'am, the best thing is, firstly, you should understand what I have told you is the brown top advantage is the fiber content and the minerals that it carries. Now, if someone is facing this issue, the most ideal thing is to switch to millets. Most ideal thing. But can we change our habit, which we have for the last 30 years? Sudden change is not acceptable by the body also and by individuals also. So the best thing to do actually is gradually start with one meal, at least for 90 days. Even if you have one meal, automatically you will start liking it, and the benefits that it will give you, you will switch to 2 meals a day. Now the thing is, if you are having only millets for 90 days, the recovery will be faster. If you're having one meal for, let's say, 6 months, the recovery will be the same if you're having only millets for 90 days. So you have to understand that I have given you that this millet is good for joint, nerves, cardiovascular, and skin. Now, whatever the issues are there, I will slowly, I think in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I will be covering each millet separately Today I have purposely kept 1 millet because I can actually list out the advantages and the health issues related with each millet in next about 10 minutes. But it will honestly confuse everyone. So I have purposely kept 1 millet only. All 5 millets are good for all health issues. But out of each millet has got some particular advantage over the others. And I will bring out that. And this is what I have done today is brown top, which is for joint, nerves, all rectum issues and cardiovascular issues. So asking that how much the faster you take it for 90 days, you see the advantage. If you like it, continue for another 90 days. You will find the benefits.
Sir, it's been like I started in I think February beginning or January mid. I am only on millet diet, but yeah, occasionally like when I have to move out or on a weekend, like then I tend to have that wheat flour and all or other things. So like and I am taking like 1 millet for 2 days. Like this I have kept. So I just wanted to ask you, like, since I am facing that eczema and then joint pains, obviously these pains have reduced drastically. And using that castor oil and all, everything has helped me a lot. Like, it has started working. Although, like earlier, I used to have millets, so I used to have 2 meals or sometimes maybe 3 meals, you can say. So it actually caused constipation. And it like then I understood that I need to inculcate more of vegetables and fruits in my diet. And yeah, I am having 1 meal of steamed veggies and 1 meal of millets, a fistful of millet. Yeah, that is it. And I consume a lot of veggie and raita with that, so as not to cause that constipation again. So yeah, it is helping. So like fine, you would be discussing more about millets. So Dr. Kadarwal, you even said, or I don't know, Dr. Kadarwali said ki, like it's better to take 2 millets a day. Or maybe I thought it ki I should do that way. I don't remember.
No, no,
So,
one millet a day is much better. 1 millet a day much better in the sense that the body will get used to it. Body will have to work less. You have
okay.
three meals, 3 millets a day, fine. But that is for a healthy person. It's something like you have a car which is a showroom just purchased today, and you have a car which is 10 years old. Whom do you rely more on? Naturally, the new one.
Yeah.
Our body is not new. It is the 10 to 15 years of our bad choice of food that we are facing all this thing issue.
Yeah.
So our aim is to now regulate the food in a manner that we help the body. Now, even if you have 3 millets a day, 3 types of millets, your body will work, but it will have to work more. Now, if you have only 1 millet a day, the body will be able to digest it faster, absorb the necessary nutrient faster, build up that mechanism and enzymes and other things required for its absorption, required energy level which the body is requiring it. And the third thing is the toxic waste is eliminated, which I told you the three basic thing of any good food. It should have carbohydrate, energy. Second is the regulate the glucose level, and third is the removal of toxin. So now in these three things, if something like if you have to help your body, that is why I don't know you have experienced it not. Even the fuel, there is something known as power petrol and power diesel. Have you experienced it?
I can't get it.
Ma'am, there are two types of fuel that comes. One is a normal petrol and diesel, and there is something known as power petrol and power diesel.
Okay.
This
I
power
did it on the petrol pump.
Okay, this petrol and power diesel is nothing but a much refined and a clean version. You probably I get it once in 6 months filled in my car. Primarily, it is the unadulterated and a pure fuel. And I end up paying, I think, for a one tank full, I think I pay around 1,200 extra. But what this pure fuel does is it cleans all the jets, all the engine of all the carbon deposit in the cylinder, because it is pure. And those impurities of this adulteration, because you can't be sure of this fuel at normal pumps nowadays. They probably are adding something or the other. Now, similar fashion, we have taken all negative whenever we felt like jowar ki roti, whenever we felt like ragi roti, and primarily we were on rice and wheat, which was a negative grade, and that too a refined one, maida, for that matter. So what has happened? The deposits in our body have increased. The deposit in the heart, deposit in the intestine, deposit in the lung, deposit in the kidney. So now, the more pure form of food that you give, the more faster will be the cleaning.
Okay.
So I hope you can relate now. So how many days, how many meals? I leave it to you. If you are more troubled by a health issue, I would advise go for all meals on a particular, whatever the protocol says, or I'll be covering rest of the 4 millets, whichever is specific for a particular health issue. Give more due weightage to that accordingly and have all 5 millets.
Okay. Will do. So, abhi to I'll switch to 1 millet a day, as you said.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And so what? Like I just came to realize that I didn't used to sweat like people sweat. Now I didn't used to sweat. But since I have changed my lifestyle, like eating that millet once a day, and I have actually started sweating. Abhi to garmi aayi nahi hai, like, but in Delhi it is like quite good amount of heat. Like, but then I have started sweating a lot. I don't know. पहले ऐसा हो गया था. I didn't use, तो I feel कि toxins निकल रहे हैं.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I don't know.
Yes, it is because of that only. The
So yeah.
you see, the easiest way to expel toxin is by sweat. Because imagine if the body is unable to sweat, the body will have to transport the toxin either to kidney or the lungs.
Okay.
From skin, and skin is the largest organ of the body.
Okay.
So ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कॉस्ट बढ़ जाएगी मैम, डिलीवरी भी बढ़ जाएगी. आपको पता है डिलीवरी जो अकॉर्डिंग टू द डिस्टेंस में आती है. So similarly the toxin.
But इतना sweating भी अच्छी नहीं है ना सर, कि अभी से इतनी गर्मी नहीं आई. Maybe because of my skin issues that I am facing right away, and I know gradually they will also be resolved. Like अगर ये start हो गया है,
probably the body is cleaning them, man. I think sweat से इतना परेशान मत हुई है, खुश हुई है कि निकल रहा है. Because any skin issue, there is a lot of toxin which is blocking the flow of toxin. That is why this problem of skin is coming.
Yeah, it started like, in 2020 December, and like it just flares up any time of the year now. But now I have like I'm determined to really have a good lifestyle and get rid of all that.
Right.
And so one more thing, like my husband is like LDL and triglycerides have all, gone up. So I made that little millet ki idli and all. But he is not not able to develop that taste of millet. Like what to do to help such people who just, although he is trying his level best, he is eating that chapati once a day. He's on salads and veggies. According to me, he's trying to adapt, but he is not able to, take millets. So how to help him?
Ma'am, triglycerides, LDL and HDL going down is a simple sign of insulin resistance.
Yeah, you told I had
Simple
that chat.
sign of insulin resistance. Your diabetes will not show up. It will take 10 years, and by the time you diabetes come up, the harm is done. So now, if you take
So
any
can you
medication,
repeat this? HDL, LDL का क्या? I didn't get it.
there are two types of cholesterol, HDL and LDL.
Yes, I know.
Good or bad, you can call it. The bad one will go up, the good one will go down. Now, what is his readings?
Yeah, the triglycerides are 250 types and HDL is 48. Good.
If you recollect,
ट्राइग्लिसराइड तो 100 के नीचे होना चाहिए.
Why now? Like he takes a lot of stress due to his work. He
No,
doesn't
you should
take.
walking से काफी ट्राइग्लिसराइड है. वॉकिंग से ही ट्राइग्लिसराइड नीचे होता है, एक्सरसाइज से.
हाँ तो वो like he started walking, then he is having a feverish feeling since the last 3 days, and he's not going for walks. But he has started listening to his body. इतना हुआ है कि like.
Ma'am, if you recollect, I think 2-3 Sundays back, I gave one simple example कि आपके घर में गेस्ट आ जाते हैं, तो थोड़े दिन के लिए आते हैं, तो कैसे कैसे हम सामान को शिफ्ट करने लगते हैं. Imagine you, whatever house you are staying at, and there is a group of guests which have come to you, and for a longer duration of time. So what will happen? Your extra luggage or extra things will go under the bed. It will go on the loft. Your lounge will be covered with some extra baggage. There will be suitcases seen all over the room. Now imagine your body which has got extra glucose. That extra glucose is now traveling on LDL. LDL is the vehicle. So naturally, more glucose, it will have to prepare more LDL so that the glucose levels go down. But they are not going down. So there will be more of bad cholesterol. Now, because of bad cholesterol, body, what has done, it has done all, no one is walking, not utilizing the, let's say, muscle reserves of your glucose. The liver is full of glucose. It is not consuming anything. On top of that, you haven't stopped eating. Now, body is full of glucose. Now, what the body is doing, body is trying to make the logistics meet, trying to push that extra suitcase somewhere, but it is not going below the bed. It has to transport. Now, by transporting, it converts them into triglycerides. Now, this triglyceride, when is moving around in your blood, start depositing on your arteries. That is how the blockages start. The body is trying its best to move them as soon as possible to far off places. Your deposits in kidney will increase, your deposits in heart will increase, the inter-organ gap, like there are gaps between the organs, like a stomach. Stomach actually is the size of an apple when empty. And when we eat, this same apple size stomach can go up to 2000 milliliter. That is 2 liters capacity. So now this particular expansion, there has to be a gap around the stomach. Now, those are the places where it starts depositing. And that is the time, if it is around this particular gap, your belly fat will come up. If it is around the lungs expansion will go down. You will inhale less. Similarly, it will deposit on liver. That is called fatty liver. Then it will deposit on pancreas. Pancreatitis deposits. Glycosated blood which is there, the HbA1c, it will start depositing on the carriers, which are LDL as well as HDL. From HDL, it is actually converting them to triglyceride. That's why it is going down. And LDL is the one which is moving the glucose to these various parts. So they will go up. This whole process will take 15 years, ma'am. That is the time after 15 years that when you go for a normal glucose test, then the reading will come above 120. So it's better 1 hour 15 minutes walk daily so that you consume the 5 milligrams in your blood. Walking, you consume the reserve glucose which is there in the muscles. Body is able to now have will have to make up them and then start making new glucose deposit. But if they have not consumed, if you have not consumed anything in the muscles, where will this extra glucose move around? In the blood. So walk is necessary, water is necessary, sunlight is necessary, eating less is the most important one. I leave it to you. How much can you do it in the comfort zone?
I'm trying my level best, sir. I'm trying my level best. Have achieved something. मतलब पहले से थोड़ा सुनना शुरू कर दिया है. मतलब let's see.
नहीं होएगा
I'll
मैम.
explain everything to him what I
you start
from
with
you
the
today.
start eating millet both times, man, because he'll start feeling the difference. Now millets eating is so good कि खाना ही है ना, खाना हम कुछ और खा रहे थे. अब millets खाने से gradually the body start moving because of the delay release of glucose which happens. So automatically your glucose get regulated.
So what are you saying? Start eating for him. Pardon, sir?
Yeah.
Did you say start millets twice a day for him?
No, I said, okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I said, if you start even a one meal of millets, because of its delay release of glucose, the glucose levels slowly start coming down. And with the glucose level coming down, the body will feel much better. And this going for walk or doing some exercise or getting hold of the food or start liking the millets, these all things will improve certainly. Gradually, sorry, not certainly.
Okay, then I'll make millet noodles for him. I don't know what to do. I'll try. But millet noodles also have that 50% of wheat in them.
Yeah.
बात तो वही होगी ना.
धीरे धीरे बढ़ा दो. He will start asking for you for 100%.
Okay, then I'll start from today itself.
So, sir, what I've seen, like your body demands what you eat. So if you eat junk food, your body demands junk food. If you eat fruits, your body will demand fruit only. So that's what over the years I've seen. I don't feel like eating junk food. Yeah, once in a while, yes. But mostly I prefer to eat fruits and vegetables, soups, like my body craves for it. So it's the way you send signals to your body or make your body eat. So the body says, okay, I want this only.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. That is directly actually gut bacteria.
Okay.
Like earlier it used to happen कि आज अच्छा Sunday है अब weekend है चलो बाहर से खाते हैं. But now it's no more with me. For me, it's no more. Like, okay, it's a Sunday. I had my millets and now I'm going to have my sorted veggies. Just that. I'm not craving anything junk or anything outside food.
The worst thing that has happened in the last 70 to 80 years is the dining table. The terms like breakfast, lunch, dinner, and those midday snacks and mid-evening snacks. And somewhere actually we have got made a routine, and even our normal day-to-day functioning has got attached to it. Like if you ask me about before I retired, I tried my best, but this breakfast, lunch, and dinner I couldn't break any time. But now after retirement, I've got no work. I don't eat. I'm telling you, I don't eat till such time I'm hungry. There may when the food was waste. When out, the food was made and being thrown for last 2 days. But again, it will be made again. Today it has been made, and I'm sitting with you. My daughter has left. My son has gone out for shopping again with his mother, and the lunch has been prepared. I haven't eaten since morning. They will eat some junk, come back, but I'll have at 5:30. Now that advantage comes to me because I'm retired. And now I can actually 100% devote my time. I eat anything. It's not that I'm those inverted quote कि मैं बहुत दूध का दूल्हा हूँ. No, I enjoy my weekends. I have my drink. I go to my club. But what I have done is I have put everything on particular fixed day. Okay, Saturday this, movie day is Friday. Okay, Sunday there is nothing because these 2 days of all waste I have to take out on Sunday. So I have gradually put everything in that place. So it is not that you cannot plan it. You have to plan it. Now the thing is what you give priority to. Your priority is work. Naturally, food suffers. Your priority is children. Your food suffers. Your priority is something else. Your food suffers. But don't make it suffer to a place where it becomes unmanageable.
So what's your routine like? What do you eat morning, lunch, or breakfast, or like what do you try to do?
When I get up, I don't take. I'm on water. Like today morning, I'll tell you today morning. My daughter was to leave by 6:30 flight, so I think 5 I got up. 5:34, 5:45 I had watered the terrace plant. I woke her up again twice. The second time went out, watered all the plants. 6:30 drove her to the airport, dropped her, came back, and then I was again in the garden because 8:30 the main supply comes, and by then my wife already had 2 cups of tea. She put 1 cup of tea in front of me. I didn't have it. It was thrown away. I kept having my water because Sunday I have to remove everything, those last 2 days of junk. And at around 12:30, when she finished her the puja, everything, then she woke up my son. And you can imagine I've been fighting with both of them since the day they have come. And that is why the videos that I posted in the last 3 days are of circadian cycle and sleep. So again, today morning when he got up, again 15-20 minutes was our fight on sleep, and today is promised that he'll sleep by 10:30. At 1 o'clock, I had 3 dosas of, I think, Kodo. And that's it. Now I will not have anything. By evening, after this 5:30, I am back to my garden, and I'll be working there only till sunset. And after that, again, they would have come back, and after that, I'll sleep. So I, as a retired person, can actually do this, and my wife can also, because the children are not there. My son will also leave in a day or two. However, had I known this before, but now since I've gone through this for the last 1 year or so, that you can actually eat only when you are hungry. The routine actually is forcing us to eat, and forcing us to eat unnecessarily, which is the main cause. So if you stop eating unnecessarily and give time body to heal, most of the problems will go.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, Mega ma'am, you wanted to speak something.
Oh, sorry.
So if there are no questions, I think we can close the session today. And what basically I touched upon was the first point of nutrition of the anti-aging 5 basics. In that, we covered brown top, and in the next Sunday, I'll see. It will be, I think, Banyard, or yeah, it will be Banyard next Sunday.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for all your valuable insights and, making us understand each and everything. And most importantly, taking charge of our lives, taking charge of our health.
Absolutely. You are your own doctor, actually.
Yeah. Like we always, we cannot do it. Anybody cannot do it on their own. We always need a hand holding. So like we know now that you are there for us.
The best thing is actually, if you are on millets also, the best thing is once in a week or once in fortnight, actually you should fast. And that fast could be not eating what you were eating those 15 days or those 7 days. If you, let's say, a simple thing, like you are only, let's say, on fruits. You're eating only fruits for, let's say, 7 days. So one day, don't eat anything. If you are on wheat and rice, don't eat wheat and
Okay.
rice. If you are on millets, don't eat millets for one day and 15 days or 30 days, whatever is comfort level to you.
But the problem with me is that when I know that I'm fasting, I feel more hungry.
That is why I'm saying, don't think of fasting. Think of feeding time. You reduce your feeding time. Don't think of fasting that you're fasting, because you're drinking water.
You're trying to say like I am having millet and like veggies every day. Fine. And after a fortnight, like I need not eat those millets and reduce my feeding window. Like agar meri 9 and 15 hai,
Yeah.
my feeding window
Your normal feeding window, let's say, is 10 hours. So at least one day in a fortnight or a month, you reduce it to 4 hours.
बड़ा मुश्किल है सर ये तो.
Ma'am, let me tell you one simple thing. Whenever a person gets let's say, an accident happens, or let's say, a heart attack, or some serious illness happens, okay, what happens? The first thing that doctor puts him is on saline.
Yeah.
And for 72 hours, he's on saline only. That is what? सिर्फ पानी पी रहा है वो. Before any operation, 24 hours before that or 72 hours before that, they tell him not to eat anything. वो हमारे को बोलता है कि भी मैं ऑपरेशन करूंगा तो तुम्हारे पेट से खाना निकल के आ जाएगा. No, it is to prepare the body for that and to increase the immunity of the body. If you don't drink, if someone is very serious something like diabetes only, let's say diabetes, a best thing for a diabetes person to do is 72 hours of water fast. If you can do it once a month only, and don't do anything, ना millet ना pellet, कुछ नहीं. अरे 72 hours, उसको आप बॉडी को 72 hours दोगे, बॉडी अपने आप इम्यूनिटी बढ़ाएगी, अपने आप ये शुगर कंट्रोल में आ जाएगा.
Once a month, sir?
Once a month करिए. 72 hours, very, it has to be under someone who can regulate the BP, see your glucose levels, and if you're on medication, then accordingly change the medication. So best is एक normal fast शुरू करो और एक साल में गोल बनाओ कि 72 hours करना है.
So like right now I have decided 16 hours of fast. उस बीच में सिर्फ I just have one green matcha tea and one green juice. That's it. And after that I have my fruits, and then after डेढ़ दो घंटे में then I have my salad and whatever food. So I've decided कि 8 hours का window रखना है, and by 6:37 I finish it. So मेरा like nearly 8 hours तो हो ही जाता है. 8 and a half hours हो जाता है मेरा. तो काफी दिन से मैं ट्राई कर रही हूँ एंड आई एम अचीविंग इट एक्चुअली। बीच में मैंने किया था पर इतना वेट लॉस हो गया तो एवरीवन से यस तू कैसे लग रही है, कैसे लग रही है, प्लीज मत कर वे और वेट लॉस मेरे मैं नहीं कर रही हूँ, अपने आप ही हो रहा है, डिटॉक्स हो रही है बॉडी। अब नो वन अंडरस्टैंड दैट।
मैम डिटॉक्स हो रही है। दूसरा आप बीएमआई देखो ना अपना, कितना है बीएमआई आपका? 25 से नीचे होना चाहिए।
नहीं
कितना?
मुझे पता सर, हाउ टू कैलकुलेट आई डोंट नो एक्चुअली।
अरे मैम गो ऑन द नेट एंड से बीएमआई, वो हाइट वेट पूछेगा, उसको दे देना, वो अपने आप निकाल के दे देगा।
ओके ठीक है, आई डू दैट।
एंड यू विल बी सरप्राइज्ड टू नो, when I started this group, since then till today I have lost 8 kgs.
सर बट आई वाज नेवर ओवरवेट, ओके ही था मेरा वेट लाइक
Yeah,
हमेशा।
I am overweight. I am still overweight. I'm telling you, but I'm telling you in last 2 months.
No, I didn't mean to say that you are overweight. I was saying about myself.
No, I'm telling you about myself. I'm telling you about myself. I became overweight because the last 2 years, especially 2 3 years back, when my son was going through this coaching classes and I was on my last leg posting, and then this house construction and house thing, everything was going. My wife, her HbA1c went up to 9. And one fine day, once we moved here, I said nothing doing. Then I started all this about 6 months ago, 6 months ago. And within 3 months, I got her sugars down, and now she's totally, now she's all, and gradually, fortunately, she shifted to millets, and now she's happy. And because of that, I'm also very happy. Now she's going every day shopping because every week she has to get new dress.
Get what?
New dresses, ma'am.
वेट लॉस भी होगा ना तो न्यू ड्रेस चाहिए होती है फिर सर।
How nice.
एंड वो जबरदस्ती मेरे भी लेके आ जाती है। मेरे को चाहिए नहीं, मैंने कहा आई लाइक लूज टी शर्ट, बोला नो यू आल्सो हैव इट। तो वो अपना जो भी अपना लेके आना होता है वो अपने साथ मेरे भी शर्ट ले आती है।
So loving wife, good.
दैट्स नाइस एंड
तो
आई
BMI
थिंक
कितना होना चाहिए?
Pardon, ma'am?
BMI कितना होना चाहिए?
Ma'am, it should be below 25, and if it is below 23, then you got to be careful with your weight. And if you are exercising, your weight will not go down. If you're walking, your weight will not go down. And you're basically in next 1 week, you will get exact way how to calculate things. There's something known as hip to waist ratio. Again, उसके मैं parameters डाल दूंगा कैसे calculate करना है. And there's another calculation. I'll put that within next week. You will come to know क्या क्या कैसे कैसे करना है, and you should come down. And सबसे important चीज है, if you are light, the moment you are light, your everything improves. You are more peaceful. You are more peace with yourself. When the relation improves, you will find कि वो दूर दूर के जो रिश्तेदार भी बात नहीं करते हैं, आपसे बात करना शुरू करेंगे। आई एम टेलिंग यू, आपने चाहे जितना मिनट खाना शुरू किया होगा, you would have found last 2 or 3 months since the time you started thinking about the body, your relationship has improved. Your relationship with your son, daughter, husband, पड़ोसी, and वो बुआ, चाचिया, नानी, सबसे improve हो गया होगा। I'm 100% sure.
क्यों सर ये क्या बात हुई कि हमारी पेरेंट्स बेटर होगी?
Everything. Now, why is this? Everything is in your mind. वो माइंड में ही था कि आपका रिलेशनशिप खराब है, आपने उनसे अभी बात नहीं करी है, पर आप अपने आप ही आपने उनको माफ कर दिया, आपने अपने आप से ही खुद से उनसे माफी मांग ली है। यू आर ट्राइंग टू से ओके ठीक है भाई, नाउ दिस इज व्हाट इज द हार्मोनल लेवल एंड द स्ट्रेस लेवल एंड द स्लीप, all three are connected. Your hormonal level, moment it reaches to a balance, you get a good sleep. The good sleep is directly related to your toxin going out. Toxin going out, you are stress free. Automatically your body starts emitting an aura wherein all these things improve.
Okay, sir, like since you are saying about sleep here, so is it necessary to take an 8 hour of sleep?
Yes, very, very necessary. 10 to 4, if you can manage that 10 to 4.
No, I can't. Like my son comes very late in the night. He comes by 10:30 and by 11 he takes his dinner. So like ऐसा ही है अभी तो. I sleep around 12:30 types. So I just woke up अपने आप से today morning at 5. But then I put myself to sleep क्योंकि मुझे 8 घंटे की नींद चाहिए थी. And then I woke up at 8:30.
Ma'am, the 10 to 4 is the night shift time of the body. You got to sleep in this time. आप 10 से 4 घंटे ऊपर नीचे 2 घंटे कर आके आप, this is required by the body. You understand the requirement. It can happen once in a week, twice a week, but it cannot happen 7 days a week. ये 10 से 4 body को चाहिए time. I don't know, you will have to do it somehow or the other.
अभी नहीं हो पा रहा सर. भाई
ठीक है.
बच्चों की शादी देंगे फिर शायद हो जाएगा.
मैम उनके बच्चों के बच्चे हो जाएंगे, फिर होगा, फिर आप धीरे धीरे और आगे चलते जाओगे. मत करिए ऐसा. आप उसका I know that, but I'm telling you, this 10
Even
to
my husband comes late, sir. He also comes at times. He comes around 10. Times he comes around 8, 8:30. Like it's not अभी possibility नहीं है.
just at least start with Sunday, ma'am. संडे तो कहीं नहीं जा रहा कोई. आज तो 10 से 6
तब नहीं सर. मेरे मैं वही तो बता रही हूँ. He never takes till date. He never took an off for the last so many years. But now he, because his body is asking him to take rest, he wants to take rest. आज मैं छुट्टी कर लूंगा, कल छुट्टी कर लूंगा, आज जल्दी आ जाऊंगा. But he is still not able to come home on time. अभी अब वही है कि अब क्लास लगानी पड़ेगी और थोड़ी सी.
नहीं मैम, आप अपना से देखिए ना. एटलीस्ट एक दिन तो स्टार्ट करिए. कम से कम महीने के 4 दिन होंगे. that will have a great effect.
चलो, I'll try for myself. I'll do.
Right, ma'am. Thank you. I think I'll close. This is going beyond actually 4 o'clock. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.